Today, being 19th January 2025, is going to be the last day for TikTokers in the US. The government, they believe that it infringed on their national security in the country.
India banned the use of TikTok in their country in 2020. New Zealand has banned the installation of TikTok on devices connected to the country's parliamentary network. Canada banned the installation of TikTok on government devices. The United Kingdom has banned the TikTok app from government-owned devices. Belgium banned the TikTok from government phones. The European Union banned the installation of TikTok on government devices. All cited security risks with the company's data collection and connection to the Chinese Communist Party. Recently, our U.S. FBI Director Christopher Wray said about TikTok, quote, "This is a tool that is ultimately within the control of the Chinese government, and to me, it screams out with national security concerns." Mr. Chu, how can all of these countries and our own FBI director have been wrong?
I think a lot of risks that are pointed out are hypothetical and theoretical risks. I have not seen any evidence. I'm, eagerly awaiting discussions where we can talk about evidence, and we then can address the concerns that are being raised.
Yes, my next question revolves around an article. India banned TikTok in 2020. A March 21st Forbes article revealed how troves of personal data of Indian citizens who once used TikTok remain widely accessible to employees at the company and its Beijing-based parent ByteDance. A current TikTok employee told Forbes that nearly anyone with basic access to company tools, including employees in China, can easily look up the closest contacts and other sensitive information about any user. This current TikTok employee also said, quote, "If you want to start a movement, if you want to divide people, if you want to do any of the operation to influence the public on the app, you can just use that information to target those groups." Mr. Chu, why would a current TikTok employee say this if it wasn't true?
This is a recent article. I have asked my team to look into it. As far as I know, we have rigorous data access protocols. There's really no such thing where anybody can get access to tools.
All right.
So I disagree with a lot of the conclusions of that.
Madam Chair, I request unanimous consent that the Forbes March 21st, 2023 article be added to the record.
Without objection.
And I would like to turn over the rest of my time to Mr. Abernoldi.
Do you agree with the TikTok ban?
I do.
Why?
Well, the TikTok is owned by the Chinese government. And we don't need the Chinese owning anything that 170 million Americans use.
I think it's censoring free speech. I think it's a government overreach. I think it's intentional. It's not about national security.
Do you agree with the TikTok ban?
No, I don't.
Why?
I think it's a really valuable service for people. It's entertainment. It's also got a lot of information on TikTok. I love it. I use it all the time.
I don't think it should be banned. I think people should have a right to use whatever platform. I know there are risks. That's why I personally don't use it. But if you want to use it, that's your choice.
I feel like the reason is what China's like stealing U.S. data, but I feel like if the proper regulations are in place, that wouldn't be happening.
What about the argument that China is stealing Americans' data?
I think that's true. I think that's true. You take that risk when you use TikTok. That's why I personally don't use it.
So it's a freedom issue for you?
It's a freedom issue, yeah.
The U.S. is stealing our data too.
If we have basically a hostile foreign government using that, where do you draw the line? I'd rather draw it at free speech than giving all this data to our enemy. That's where I'm at.
I feel like all our data is already leaked everywhere. Like, I feel like I'm constantly getting calls from spam numbers and like those weird texts that are saying that your stuff is lost at some warehouse. So it's already leaked, I think.
What about the argument that the Chinese are stealing your data?
That's BS. We know that's not true.
Equally, TikTok has been one of the major sources of income, aside YouTube, for citizens in the US.
Man, so this is it. The last post that a lot of you guys will see from me on here. So I wanted to say a few words. TikTok really came along and changed the game like no other social media before. This app allowed me to go from working as a cleaner in 2022 to becoming the only person that KSI follows and being in the same room as world leaders in just 2 years. And what it's done for me, it's done for countless more. Lives have been changed. Minds have been changed. The entire way our generation consumes news, arguably one of the most powerful mediums in the world, has changed because of this app. We were able to reach corners of the world that you'd never imagine. With one video, we connected aspiring filmmakers in Sierra Leone to one of the biggest actors in the world, changing their lives forever. We've reported on wars, protests, human greatness, natural disasters, assassination attempts. We went to war with Daily Mail and ITV. We've seen Joe Bartolozzi die like 50 times. Together, we saw this app go from dancing teenagers to one of the most educational and perspective-changing places where literally anybody could go viral without needing followers. I mean, is that not the definition of giving everyone a voice? My 70-year-old parents and 7-year-old nephew both love this app. That's crazy. And while this ban isn't happening where I live, the majority of my audience is in the US. So honestly, I don't really know what happens from here. I mean, hopefully we can recreate this somewhere else. But for now, I think it's time to say goodbye to our Chinese spies.
As many of them believe that TikTok ban is not the beginning of their suffering.
Breaking news, TikTok is now banned in America. Sorry guys, back to your real jobs. What the fuck's this wet stuff under my arms? Fuck. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had that.
I don't know what they taught you on TikTok, mate. We don't take breaks here.
Hi, how can I take your order? Put the price in the bag, bro.
However, during Trump campaign, one of his promises was that he will not enforce the ban of TikTok. Equally, Biden also said that this is in Trump's hand.
For all of those that want to save TikTok in America, vote for Trump. The other side's closing it up. But I'm now a big star on TikTok. We even have TikTok Jack, and we're setting records. We're not doing anything with TikTok, but the other side's going to close it up. So if you like TikTok, go out and vote for Trump.
What do you people think about the ban of TikTok?